CookBookCV, an AI-powered mobile application to help you make the most of your leftovers. Currently, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, about a third of the food in the U.S. is wasted. This amounts to 133 billion pounds wasted in 2010 alone, and $161 billion lost. Though there are many reasons why this occurs, from a consumer standpoint, consumers often buy more than they need, throwing away the leftovers. This we hope to solve through our application called CookBookCV, an AI-powered mobile application to help you make the most of your leftovers. CookBookCV allows users to scan their foods using real-time computer vision algorithms. Next, we search through 60,000 recipes and suggest which recipes a user can make with their wasted food. Our tech stacks we used include iOS, Swift for the front end, a Python Flask API for the back end, YOLO version 3 for food detection, and CSV parsing with NumPy and Pandas. Our competitive advantage includes a focus on consumers to solve the food wastage problem versus donations, allowing users to easily use their application through a real-time scanner, and allowing users to create foods with what they have. Next, enjoy the demo of our application.
To start off, we're going to try to go into a demo of our project and try to incorporate and show you how some of the code works in the back end and the front end. So let's just start off by running our project. So we're going to click on CookBookCV right here. Now you have this image icon to take this picture, and then we have this upload picture icon. Alright, so we'll do this. So let's take a photo of these vegetables I conveniently have right here. Alright. So we have all this, and we can use this photo and it pops up right there, and then we'll just upload it to the server. Alright. So enough with the demo aspect in the front end. Now let's try to go into the back end. So this is pretty simple work right here. So we kind of just used our main storyboard right here to set up a picture button so that we can pull up the image picker and have it take an image. Then after that we have a UI image view so that we can actually show the user what their image looks like. And finally we have an upload picture to send it to the server. Now we also have this view controller right here that will allow you to take a picture, and it has all these things to actually take a picture. So it'll go through, making sure that we have the camera that's taking the picture, and then we're going to present it in a certain way that it, flows pretty well. After that, we're going to have an image picker to make sure that we can go back and forth from the picture or use it or retake it. And then we're going to set this image view.image, which is the image that we just took, as the image for the main UI image view right here. Then following that, we're just going to use upload photo, and we're going to upload our photo as an image to the server using Alamofire HTTP networking in Swift. So we just use a form and form data and call it image. The file name is image.jpg, and then we send this response, and then that's just how it works. Alright, so now let's get into the back end of this code, which I have right here. This is our server right here. So we're going to have Flask import the main Flask functions. Then we're going to import our OS. And we want to do that because later we're going to save to the directory as well. We've created a new Flask object, and then we've created a method with get and post. We've created the post method pretty simply. We just wanted to make sure that there's a file that we actually have when we send that post request. And then with the image is equal to request.files to make sure that we actually pull down a file from the images, and we actually have an image to store. After that, we actually just return our output, and we're going to kind of go into output in a little bit on how this works and everything like that. So now let's kind of get into the main meat into the code. So to start off, we have this right here. So our YOLO file right here is used for detecting the actual objects, and these objects are really important because we want to make sure that the vegetables and the ingredients are all accounted for. So this is what code does for that. And then apart from that, let's kind of go into our app. And then we have a CSV for all the possible recipes we can make with a bunch of different vegetables or ingredients or spices. So we read that, we go through it, we parse it, and then we find the possible outputs, and we return them through a recipe, and we return a recipe, append it to our array, and then return the array. These are just some test runs we did, but they're not being used right now because it's just this function. So that brings us back to the server that will return this output and give us the vegetables that we need on our server.